welcome back to another episode of the Sir Purrcast. We are back in Season 2. I believe it's Episode 2. I'm super excited. And in today's episode, we are just going to be... I kind of mentioned this earlier in a previous episode, the one where I recorded the Rams game, which I also want to do more episodes like that, just overviewing that. Especially in 2025, because there's some pretty. I think it'll be a good time, and just overviewing those games, just reliving those moments. It's super fun for me. And I'm sure it is for many of you as well. But I mentioned it. Today we're going to be doing the top 5 players who deserve a Super Bowl most on the Carolina Panthers. So who's I mean, obviously the Panthers are going to win the Super Bowl this year. So who am I going to be most excited to see get the ring? And this is tough. I kind of have a lot of player ideas envisioned, but I think first I gotta say Derrick Brown. He's been with us for so long. Drafted in 2020. And he's just been an absolute just such a rock for this defense. His production is so consistent and so good. He's only been injured once of his 6 seasons, which, if you ask me, that's pretty good. I mean, I would say that's obviously his injury was season-ending, so I'd say it's average. I feel like getting injured once every 5 is decent. Like, that's in these 5 productive seasons in 6 years, and the production is insane. It really speaks for itself. DB, obviously, the Panthers haven't had any real success since last year. 2022 being the closest, winning 7 games, 1 game away from making the playoffs. But his ability to dominate the line of scrimmage is super unique and super rare. I mean, you should watch any Derrick Brown highlights. You just see the way he's able to really transform this defense. Obviously, the defense looks completely different with DB on it. You look to last year, we were 30th in runs, something like that. I'm not sure. But I mean, it's just massive improvements. Tied for the lead in sacks, which is really big. Obviously, being a defensive tackle, that's not exactly ideal because they're not known for sacks necessarily. But I mean, still 5 sacks for a defensive tackle is really good. But it's just he's such a big player for this. He's such a big playmaker. Really gets after the ball. Really good tackler. 103 tackles in 2023. I mean, that's unheard of for a defensive tackle, quite literally, because it was a NFL record. His production is unbelievable. I mean, he is such a key player for this defense. He holds down. He's just such an incredible leader for this team. As you can see in the huddle, anytime it's breakdown, it is most of the time it's him, and most of the time it's unfailing. You just see the defensive leader he is. He's a veteran on this defense. He's been with Avera for as long as Avera's been with the Panthers, and that shows. He's able to coach rookies well. He's able to help them adjust to this defense, and he's such a big piece. Very vocal leader for this team. He's a leader in general, too. He was an amazing disruption in the line for the run game last year. He was such a productive player in pass rush. He delivered some of the greatest moments of last season for us. Obviously, DJ Wanham, the Derrick Brown strip sack on Matthew Stafford, with DJ Wanham recovering comes to mind first, and it's insane. I cannot believe that play happened to this day still. Not because I don't think it, not because, like, I can't believe that, like, it's, like, unbelievable the Panthers did it, just because, just the amount of excitement. I just feel like a lot of the times we just win games, and I feel like that was on the Rams. I mean, you gotta protect the ball more. Derek Brown obviously taking advantage of that in the rain, getting to Stafford. It was such an amazing play. And obviously, we ended up winning the game because of it. And I just think he deserves it so much. Because obviously, he's been with the Panthers for a very long time. Hasn't had too much success, like I said earlier. 5-11, 5-11, 7-10, 2-15, injured, but we went 5-12, and then now 8-9 playoff, almost won. It's just awesome to see. You deserve it as much as anyone, and I'm super excited because obviously, I think the Panthers are going to win the Super Bowl this year. So when we do, I think Derek Brown, I'm going to really happy to see him have all that success. Moving on to player number 2. This is tough because as much as I want to say Bryce Young, I feel like he doesn't deserve it as much. Just he hasn't been in the NFL for as long as some of the players I'm going to list. He's definitely going to make my list, but he's not going to be this high. I think I'm going to go Chuba Hubbard. And just solely because he has been the rock on offense for us, the way Derek Brown has been the rock on defense. Obviously, he did have some injuries last year, or I guess 2025. But other than that, he has really been the rock on offense. He's been that one consistent playmaker, consistent just productor, I guess. He's been the one who's kind of been some of the only light on this offense, even when I feel like we have tried to outshine him with Miles Sanders. I mean, Rico Dowdle obviously did an amazing job. I think Hubbard kind of won back the role earlier. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Jonathan Brooks for sure. I think just the work that's Hubbard done for us, I think he will forever be one of my favorite Panthers players. He's produced some of the great moments in recent history for us. The whole overtime win, his game against the Giants, where honestly I think he single-handedly won us that game. He went crazy coming off that extension in 2024. Chuba is such a leader as well, like Brown, and those are the guys that you want to see successful. Like I said, also like Brown, he hasn't had as much success as well either with the Panthers. Like I said, the only season we've made the playoffs is 2025. Obviously, that will change very soon. But Chuba has, obviously, his game is amazing. Went to Oklahoma State University, I believe, OSU, right? No. Oh, dang it. Let me look that up. Let me look up what college. Cool. Wait, no. What? Alright, Chuba Hubbard, college. Oklahoma State, yeah, that's right. Wait. It's not, yeah, it's just OS. Oh, whatever. But yeah, he's been with us for a long time, obviously. He's such an amazing producer and speed. He's had some issues with drops. Running backs aren't exactly known for their catching ability. And honestly, I feel like he hasn't actually had that many drops. It's just the ones he drops are in some of the more crucial moments of a game. And so, for that reason, they obviously are going to hurt more than just dropping a pass on 1st and 5. But he's also had some really clutch plays as well, obviously. I already mentioned the overtime win against the Cardinals. And that Giants game as well, alongside many others. His speed and his quickness, elusiveness, all of that. He has really good vision. And like I said, a leader. I think he really helped. He and Jonathan Brooks are great teammates. They're great friends. I think they're going to both better each other in this upcoming season. I'm really excited for it. All right, number 3. Ooh, this is tough. Let's see. I'm trying to go, just position group by position group. I have a guy in mind. I think I'm going to go with Taylor Moton. Taylor has been one of the all-time, maybe you could say, great Panther players. Or great Panther tackles of all time. All of these players I'm talking about have been absolute rocks for this team. Hubbard has been the rock for the skill position guys. Hubbard has been the rock for the skill position guys. Derek has been the rock for the defensive guys. And then Moon's been the rock for the line. Drafted in 2017. Only missed, 3 games? 3 or 4 games, something like that. And that's insane. Only missed 3 games in all of the 9 years he's played in the NFL. Drafted in 2017. That checks out. I think. And he's been such a good player for us. He has been one of the most reliable and consistent players on this offensive line. In an offensive line that has not been consistent at all for the past couple years. So many different lineup changes. And Moton has been such a reliable point. Very lowly penalized. A really good run blocker. Really good in pass protection. really gets beat by technique. Obviously he's a veteran. He's a really big leader. I don't know too much about his personality. I haven't watched any interviews. I haven't really heard him mic'd up at all. So I can't really speak on the type of leader he is. But I know he is a leader. Just the veteran presence. Being with this team for so long is so... it just gives you knowledge. He's been through a lot. He's been through seasons with Cam, seasons with the multitude of quarterbacks he's had. Darnold, Mayfield, Bridgewater, etc. Young, obviously. And he just adjusting to all those different situations. Adjusting to all situations and just keep going. He's the definition of keep pounding. Obviously, he's probably been with us for the bulk of our less successful seasons. Obviously, he played in 2017, but he didn't start. I believe. I don't think he started. But they went to the playoffs in 2017. But since then, obviously, all the years that we didn't go to playoffs, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 7 straight years without the playoffs, and then you come into 2025, and he's and we make the playoffs, and obviously next year. I mean, that's gonna be super rewarding. You've been going at something for a long time, getting success, for all the other reasons I've talked about. Why I would like to see them the most, or whatever, like why they deserve it most, stuff like that. Yeah. Are we on 3? I think we're on 3. Alright, next is gonna be, I want to do something in the secondary. I might finish it down. Alright. I want to do JC. Well, absolutely one of the more vocal players on this team. Really a ball of energy for this defense. He was injured in his rookie year. Came back in 2022. Had a really good season. Played really, really well in the rest of the seasons. He's a really underrated pass rusher for a cornerback, in my opinion. He's played really well in that type of play. He's been such an amazing ball hawk for this defense. His hands are impeccable. He just continues to be such a productive player for this defense. A really good tackler. And in coverage, he's super good. I would say he's more of a zone player, but I'm really not sure on that one. But I would say he's more of a zone player. I think a lot of his more impressive plays come from zone. Like you see the Jaguars interception, but there's some good picks that he's had, man. But those are the plays I remember, obviously. And then just the Niners game, that was insane. I remember being super back and forth in that first quarter. The Niners feed the ball to Christian McCaffrey 8 gazillion times, and they get a touchdown. And honestly, I'm just frustrated. I would say I remember thinking, oh, they're so cheesy. Why don't they give it to someone else? And then we get the ball, we can't do anything. I'm upset the Niners. J.C. Horn gets a pick, and I'm on the top of the world. And then we throw a pick on the 1-yard line, and I'm just angry. Angry with Dave Canales, because I don't like being. I'm not really ever angry with Bryce Young, because in my eyes he can do no wrong. So I'm angry at the play call. And then we don't get it, and then I'm like the Niners are driving upset, and then Mike Jackson gets a pick, and I'm happy again, and then we. I'm pretty sure McMillan drops a completion, and so I'm mad about that, and I'm not mad at McMillan because he can also do no wrong in my eyes. So I'm just upset in general. And then Horn gets it again, and a third pick is insane. JC, that was such an amazing play, coming across the entire field. He is such a great player. He drafted in 2021, along with Hubbard. That just shows, again, he's been with the team for a super long time. So he deserves it a lot. And I'd love to see that. And then obviously our final player is going to be Bryce Young. I don't have too much to say. I've talked about Bryce Young a lot already. But just what he's gone through with the team, being benched, having little to no success in 2023, and then being that guy in 2025, just leading the team to a playoff berth, and then still not being happy with it. That just shows you the type of player he is. That just shows you his grind and commitment. I'm super excited for next season, and I'm excited for all these guys to get rings next season. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Keep pounding, and I'll see you guys in the next one.